All right guys, today we're gonna do an LED light upgrade on a Can-Am Outlander. This is something that should have been done from the factory for the amount of money we're spending on these machines. If you look at side-by-sides, they all have them. All we're trying to do here is get something that's a little bit more reliable for us and a little bit brighter. The lights on this is kind of iffy if you're really riding hard at night. Now, I used BEAMTECH. Why? Because a lot of other guys have used them for a long time and they're lasting. If you buy some off Amazon, you'll find that some people are having mixed results with them. What I want to point out is the BEAMTECH ones that I went with are fanless. So some of these LED lights, and this is one of them here, they get warm, so they put a fan behind them. Those fans work fine in an automobile, but when you're out in the woods tramping through a lot of mud and anything else, you don't want a fan. So I'll have links in the description for these. Just make sure when you're looking at them, you get the fanless model. You're gonna get the 9005s and the H11s. This is going to be a simple install, maybe 2 beers, one while you're watching this video, another one while you're doing it. That's it. Let's get to it. It helps greatly if you have everything clean under here. We're just going to remove this zip tie. That's going to help the wiring stay in place. This is not very tight. You can turn these light bulbs and they will come out. Here's one of your halogens. Don't touch that bulb. If you ever want to reuse it, you will not want to have your fingerprints on it. We'll just slide it out. It's as simple as that. To replace it, we'll take one of our BEAMTECHs, turn it until we can get it to slide into place, turn it again to lock, match these two up, push them in, and then we're going to have to zip tie this up and out of the way. The second bulb is the same. A little dirt in that one. Take the new BEAMTECH. Making sure that you get it properly seated. And then we connect this guy up. That's it, other than some cleanup. Probably the most time-consuming part of this project is actually zip tying things into place. And realistically, there was a clip on my machine right here that I just ran this wire down to, put a little bit of loom over top, zip tied it together, and ran it back over the top of the lights. It should be clean and out of the way. The difference in color temperature here is immense. We actually went past white into a blue. So the LED over here on this side is 6500K and this is somewhere in the 2700K. So we went from a warm yellow to past white into blue. So some of the brightness can somewhat be confused in the color, but you have to look at the outline of really where the light is to see the difference that we're going to get. Now if we switch to high beams, you can see the intensity is there much more in this larger area and your low beam that's on than is the high beam and the little bit of the low that's going. So you're getting a much brighter light. This is one of those things that if you put these on cars and you go past other people, same thing on the trails, you're going to find some people might not be too thrilled with you with your low beams on. But with that said, you do need the more intense light at night while you're riding these things. With both lights done and on in here, we hit them on, much brighter and much more intense by a long shot. And even looking at them from the front, the high beams are still very bright. Let's just drop the lights. With the lights off, it's a significant difference And the low beams are still low enough. You can see I have my Milwaukee light here. That's 4000K. The Milwaukee light's off. That's 6500K. Don't confuse the color of the light with brightness, but that's going to be significantly brighter. So this project is simple. Couple zip ties, a little bit of loom. I guess you could go at it with electrical tape if you really wanted to, but spend some time, get that out of the way. Something to cut the zip tie, and I used this once to try to pull out a little bit of those connectors. When they get older and they get sand in them, you know, they're harder to come apart. I'd like to talk about color temperature a little bit. If I had the choice of ordering something that I knew was going to last, I would not order 6500K. I would definitely try to get myself somewhere between 4500K and 5000K. That's going to be a nice white light rather than this blue. And while the blue is okay, I would rather have something a little bit more warm to see at night. You don't have a lot of choices out there that I can find in these ATV bulbs, and these bulbs would actually go into cars. If you were to put these lights into cars, you're going to really get on the point of getting flashed all the time for having your high beams on even with lows. So that's not something that's super cool. Try not to put these into your car, but on an ATV or something like this where we need more light, this is a great upgrade. Remember, get something that's fanless like this. I'll put links again in the description. Realistically, guys, I probably spent 5 minutes putting both lights in maybe 10 minutes trying to figure out how I can make this wiring harness look factory again, get it out of the way, and tape it up in a corner. So super simple upgrade. Highly recommend it. Leave your comments below. What machines you got, what's going on, tell me anything. If you've got a channel that you want to put it down there, put that in there. Give us a like in this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.